Now, just one to leave you with ahead of tomorrow's game. Jack Ginnivan, we know he loves the spotlight. So tonight his warm-up for the Hawthorn clash against the Western Bulldogs was at a pub meal at the London Tavern, probably the busiest pub you'd ever find from a football perspective in Victoria. He went crazy on social media. We might even show you the photo if we have it. It looked like he was drinking a pot. Hawthorn is adamant tonight that it was a glass of Coke, that his coach Sam Mitchell knew beforehand that he would be going to the pub. He was home at half-time. So, guys, what do you think? Mountain or molehill, given we know that the unusual preparation to last year's grand final, of course, was the races. His coach said, read the room. There was some disagreement there. He was traded to Hawthorn. What do you think of that preparation?
Well, we're coming into it with limited information, aren't we? But apparently the coach knew what he was going to do, go and catch up with some people at the pub. As long as he's not drinking, I guess people prepare for games in different ways. Personally, would I do that? I wouldn't have thought so. I think you're taking risks, but, you know, it's a very different game, and the younger generation, they're very different people.
Yeah, that's how I would answer it. I wouldn't have done it personally, but we're embracing these young generation doing things their own way, and they're doing it differently. And if that's his preparation, look, I don't have a massive problem with it. He was watching Fox Footy at the pub, and he was watching this game till half time, and then he thought it was all over, so he went home. But yeah, look, ideally you'd like to think that he's at home with 95% of the other players that are playing this weekend, but some kids are different.
Left at half time, Ball reports, home to watch the second half, dinner out. I don't have a massive problem with it. He picked a great pub. It's the best pub in Victoria, Jace. It's a ripper. I'll shout your feed down there. Billy Perry looks after it down there. He's looked after us on occasion. But now, look, it just looks poor, doesn't it, that he hasn't learned from a previous mistake. But if it's just dinner, a soft drink or two, and then home at half time, there's no harm there.
The other thing is with social media these days, you can't go anywhere without people knowing. So at least he was up front and had told the coach what was happening. Who knows?
He would have known that, with, as you say, with social media and given his history, but it's a fine line. Are you allowed to go to a restaurant? Are you allowed to go out for dinner? Do you have to be at home? But a pub does feel like it's
It is interesting, and even like
rolling
a pub
the
meal,
dice.
like, most players sort of have the same dinners before every game. It's home cooked, and they have their chicken pasta or something.
Chicken schnitzel.
So I don't know what he's had at the pub. Has he had a
Joey.
steak and chips? Has he
It's
had a
5-star
chicken
down
parma?
there, mate.
He's had a nice
I'll take it down.
Caesar salad.
It's not your average parma.
It's good food down
Is it there? Oh, there you go.
Well, it's the equivalent of a restaurant.
It's hard to let them be themselves game day and do all the carry on, the photos, all the celebrations and that, and then stop them in other walks of their life, of their week. I'm comfortable with it. You'd be happy with it in the end, wouldn't you?
Happy? No. Comfortable? Yes. The one thing that'll make me uncomfortable is if you go out and have a stinker after that, because it just throws fuel on the fire, doesn't it? But as we say, it's a different game. They're a different breed, and they prepare how they want to prepare.
what we think really doesn't matter. There's one
Correct.
person who it really does, and that's the coach, Sam Mitchell.
And his teammates, as long as they're all aware of it and they all
You
back
reckon
each other
Mitch
in.
would be okay, given the kind of preparer
Well,
he was?
again, we don't know the ins and outs. We don't know the conversations that have been had. We're told that Mitchell was aware of it. We don't know what's been said between people, so we'd be guessing.